noticed early on that I was really good at pointing out things that weren't correct or things that were wrong. And she really picked up on this after I started welding. Obviously, certain professions.
Were you that I see videos about? Oh, that weld wasn't right. That
100%. I didn't record the videos, but yes, I 100% was that guy. And I'm not the best welder in the world. I'm not going to claim to be. I'm decent at best. But I would still, I would see certain welds in places, and I'm just looking at it like, ugh. But she also noticed that I would do it in people's homes. I'd be like, hey, you got something going on up here, whatnot.
You made that.
So I made a lot of people mad. So she actually mentioned it, and I did a little research. And not gonna lie, I really wish I had done a little bit more research because I probably wouldn't have paid so much to get my license.
So that's the thing I was gonna ask. How long have you been on your own?
How long have I been on my own? Since the end of
over a year.
Yeah, well over a year. Since the end of July 31st, 2022?
Okay,
no.
So it don't have to be exact, but,
yeah,
but
yeah,
2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So what was the hardest thing in your first year? What was the grind? What was the
public speaking?
Public speaking was
public
the
speaking.
thing.
And let me because that's too general. Let me specify. Going out and talking to realtors, introducing myself. I'm not saying that everybody has this problem. I just noticed it for myself. But walking into realtors' offices, especially when they don't know who you are, and you're just walking in, you get a lot of blank faces.
Why are you interrupting my day?
Okay.
Yeah.
And it didn't matter how chipper, how happy I was,
how much donuts you brought them.
It was always the same thing, and it really, I let it get to myself. Admittedly, I let it get to myself, and I had to learn to get over that, and in a sense, not care how they were looking at me. Just as long as I got in there, introduced myself, was respectable, kept it being consistent.
You go to the same offices?
Same offices.
How many times a week?
Once, twice a month, actually. Twice a month. Just and they say it takes 7 times for somebody to even think of referring you when meeting you, and I don't want to be, I should say, be that guy that is there once a week, because to me, I feel like I'm starting to become a pest more than a asset. There's a fine line between desperate and, hey, how you doing? Letting you know we're still here.
That's how I feel.
I try and let my clients and my work and my inspections speak for me. I don't, what's the word I'm looking for here? I don't try to buy people's business. I'd rather the business come to me organically, if that makes sense.
It does.
Yeah.
It does in a way, because you kind of do. I mean, everybody buys it in a way.
In a way, yeah.
Because it's time.
Mm-hmm.
That's the biggest thing that people really. But so what's maybe something that people don't see in your hustle and that behind the scenes? Is there anything in your home service? Just so this could be letting some kids know, hey, they don't have that much of a hassle or behind the scenes, because some jobs sound great. I was talking to Bob about his locks, and I was like, okay, that's cool. Then he started going and telling me these things. I'm like, oh, okay, that don't sound cool.
Oh, a lot of the behind the scenes.
Yeah, what is
so?
Is there anything?
I'd have to say, and as much as I love learning something new every day, because I feel like it's been a waste of a day if I haven't.
Right.
And I know there's probably not anything we can do about it, but the information is a little boring. It's a little dry. It's very just technical, informative. So, like, doing the classes was the hardest part for me. Staying on track. Because it's very easy when you're reading,
Just close it up and move on.
it really is. And in today's day and age with all these distractions and everything like that, like, I really had to remove all distractions to, like, really study and concentrate on this. But the biggest piece of advice I can give to somebody to make this job easier, and it's going to take a little bit of time, even if you spend, I think right now it's up to $160 or $170, but you can buy preformed comments for home inspections. So like, it would be like electrical, plumbing, HVAC, interior, and whatnot, and they're categorized specifically for the like most common defects that are found during a home inspection.
Right.
So you can load those up into your software, okay, and it's recommended that you like try and make it your own. Try and change the verbiage a little bit.
Right.
But I highly recommend stacking your defect comment section on both your comments, like just your regular comments, and for your photo comments, because that'll help make the inspection process a lot smoother. You're not going to be in your phone sitting there typing a comment and then having to take another like 2 to 3 minutes trying to get refocused or remember exactly where you were at.
Another car coming by.
So that would be my biggest recommendation for people that are starting this out. One, make sure you know what you're doing before you do it, like i.e. make sure that you know how to deliver a comment on a defect before you get out there, before you start doing this, because sometimes being too informative can kill a deal. And then to help you save time, get those comments dialed in, like really get those comments dialed in. And that'll also help too on the back end when you're done with the inspection. You upload it to your software, your report writing software, it's cloud, and then you go home and you have maybe 5 minutes of editing instead of 2 to 3 hours because you don't have your comments dialed in.
That's money.
Yep, that's money right there. More inspections as you can do in a day. But don't rush the inspection. Take your time, be thorough, look at everything that you can.
They're not as long as you think they are, guys. I've been to a couple.
It depends on the home and the condition. I had one Wednesday. I started
30 minutes?
Nope, I started at 1 o'clock and I didn't get out of there until 4:30. Actually, no, I'm sorry. I started it at 12:45 because I got there a little early and didn't walk out until 4:30.
Yeah, that's a little long.
Yeah, a little long. And there really wasn't a lot of defects in the home. It was cosmetic things, It was a good home, had good bones. Structure was still very well it was a 43-year-old home in Beverly Hills. But there was just a few things that really it's still kind of bothering me a little bit. I couldn't answer. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And by no means am I saying that home inspectors are required to find out why something is doing what it's doing or why something is a defect. No. At certain time or with certain things like stains on ceilings, I, at that point then have to get up in the attic, try and find that area in the attic from my memory of the floor plan of the house.
Right.
While you're in the attic and you have no walls to trace. You've got insulation and everything like that, and moving that around, kicking up all that dust, it's a lot. And and just trying to
Can Can we be real here for a minute, guys? Like, truthfully, I've been in a lot of attics.
Mm-hmm.
What happens if you're in an attic you can't fully get into? Oh well.
It's not necessarily oh well.
Some of these houses,
It's an
especially
unfortunate.
Beverly
In Beverly Hills, yeah, I was surprised I was actually able to. I had to crawl on my knees.
I just don't understand.
24 on center trusses, and I had to crawl on my knees.
I just don't understand, builders, why you don't put some service like they do on commercial roofs.
It's not required.
They put a service walkway down. It's not required on commercial buildings either. I mean, some say it is.
No,
but
commercial.
walkway,
If I'm not mistaken, commercial for if they have.
No. This is just to protect the walkway, so
Oh.
the roof doesn't get wore out. They should have these same things in attics so that you can slide on your belly to get to where you need to be. Because otherwise you're walking on your knees on a chance that you're going to break the drywall.
Oh, yeah, on a chance that your knee doesn't hit that truss and go straight through.
Or bust your knee.
100%. 100%. I agree with you, but until some form of code, and that's honestly, I really believe that is what it's going to take, is a code change where they mandate that a mechanic, like, and when I say mechanical, I mean,
it's getting hotter in Florida.
It really is, and by mechanical catwalk or like walkway, crawlway, slideway, whatever you want to call it, would be beneficial because you have HVAC ducts, you have your vent ducts in the attic.
Which is dumb,
so and trying to get up there and do any kind of repairs on an attic that's this high is next to impossible. And I don't have the answer for the client when that happens. It's it's really unfortunate.
Let's be real here for a minute. You're paying a technician to be up there to service an AC. I don't know what AC guys make. Say they're making $20 an hour. Do you think he's really going to spend an extra 20 minutes in an attic that's $130 to go and find your issue? They're going to be like, oh, we can't find it. Let's move on.
If they're ethical, yeah.
Most are not going to do it. I just don't. Because they're going to.
I can't disagree with you on that one.
Because me personally, I'm going to be like, look, I can't get in that attic. I can't get in there. I want to help you, but I can't.
And that is the unfortunate part.
Because there's been attics when I was roofing that I go in the attic and I would try my hardest to find this leak and to get where I needed to go. And I was like, man, I feel like if I die, they're going to have to get the roof off if I get stuck in here. Because some of them spots are tight, and I'm not a small boy. Small guy at all.
I totally
and it gets
feel
hot in there.
It does. It really does. And
especially people that are in those attics. And I'm sure there are people that would stay in there. But every attic that I see they stay in are bigger attics.
Yes.
Those are a lot cooler. You can stand up.
I wouldn't say a lot cooler, but yeah, they are a few degrees
they're easier
cooler.
Because you can stand up.
Yes.
So you're not taking that stress of trying to be down on your knee and trying to scoot.
Yeah.
So, but that's my little rant. Sorry.
Yeah, no, and it
does.
does.
It needs to be.
For lack of a better word, it does suck when you have to look at the client and go, I cannot fit in that attic space. And it is. It's just one of those things where we have to disclose, hey, I can't fit in that attic, unfortunately, but everything from the scuttle hole or the attic access hole, appeared to be in good order. And then that's when I defer it to a roofer, or defer the client to a roofer if they want a more in-depth inspection, especially if it needs a new roof.
Right.
Because then it's like, then the roofer is already tearing off the shingle, so if they want more information, all you gotta do is tear off that decking. I shouldn't say tear off the decking, remove the decking.
So, speaking of that, that's not always, it could be, so we've had issues where it would be dry staining on the inside, but nothing on the outside. Like it's dried, so we don't replace it. If it's not rotted,
I know what you're talking about.
And hit it, and it's not rotted, folks, we don't change it. At least my company doesn't. Like, we're not here, that slows us down. We, to make an extra, $20 a sheet, $25 a sheet for the labor, for the install, not worth slowing it down. So we're going to change it when it needs to be changed. And that's, because we get people like, they climb back in the attic, we're like, oh, it's black staining, but it's not wet. We got pictures, we document everything. That's what's transparency. But
yeah.
So, have you ever thought about quitting, and why didn't you?
Like
giving up, like on your own. Like, I'm done doing this hassle.
My kids and my wife are my main reason to not give up.
Yeah, but you go work a 9 to 5 and you wouldn't give up. What's the difference?
This honestly gives me a lot more time freedom.
Freedom. That's what we want. We want
Because
that
at a
freedom.
9 to 5, I can't take my kids with me.
Right.
You know, but if I'm going to, let's say, realtors and insurance offices, and I've got, let's say, you know, my middle daughter or my younger son, I could throw them in a Brinkman shirt, and now I have cuteness value added to.
Some say don't use the kids for cuteness value, but you know what? It works.
Sometimes you got to do what you got to do, and
I will do it.
my
Nicholas
kids,
did it.
my kids are homeschooled, so there are times where we have business class days, and
it's smart.
you know we take them. They've made bank deposits. They've learned to balance checkbooks and whatnot. So yeah, time freedom honestly is really that actually no, time not time freedom. Time with my family is really why I wouldn't quit, because if I go back to a 9 to 5, I'm working to make somebody else's life better, not mine. And you know, and as much of a struggle as this has been, I don't think I would change anything.
No?
I really don't. No.
That's
No.
good. So you hustled through it. The grind was.
Yeah.
So where do you see your business being in 1 to 3 year goal? Do you have any?
1 to 3 year goal. So 1 year goal is to have enough inspections to be able to hire somebody on.
Okay.
And I'm really pushing for that. If not by the end of the last quarter of this year, first quarter of next year, which means that I have to ramp up my marketing. You know, getting out to these realtors, you know, doing educational lunches and stuff like that.
Right.
Which really is what it takes, is getting out there, being consistent, letting these people know, hey, I am here. That's really, you know, I'm here, I'm available.
Make their job easier.
You know, because minus certain ancillary services, home inspection across the board is the same.
Right.
4-point insurance, wind mitigation inspections are the same. It's, you know, it really honestly what it boils down to at the end of the day for successful home inspection businesses, and this is what I've seen so far as I'm doing this, is being a one-stop shop. Having those ancillary services, honestly. Mold testing, radon testing, water testing.
You want to do mold testing?
I am. I'm certified. I am certified to do mold testing. The problem is,
Nice. That's a good plan to try to build up then, huh?
yeah.
So it was so funny that you said success, because how do you define success? Everybody's different, like success. Oh, I was successful. Well, what is everybody's definition is different. What's yours?
It honestly it varies.
You think you're success now? You think you've reached success?
No, I have not. I have not reached success right now. But my idea of me being successful or having reached that successful point in my time would honestly feel like retirement.
Okay, like you could afford to retire.
Like I could afford.
Relax.
Like I could afford to retire. Like I've got enough inspectors out there working. You know, they're getting paid good. I'm getting paid good. We're all happy.
So that's success.
Being able to hire on inspectors and have them work consistently, and like I said, them get paid well, I get paid.
Right.
That's success.
That's awesome.
You know,
That's awesome.
And honestly, like before, the idea of having an employee scared me to death
I imagine.
because it's
livelihood.
It's a responsibility. You know, I have to make sure that they have enough work to get paid so that they can support their family and whatnot, so that they're not looking at me like, hey, I got to get a second job to continue working here, or hey, I'm just going to go look for another job. You're not giving me enough work. You know, that's why I haven't actually started looking for another inspector, because like I said, I just took this over last January. I'm still building my name with Brinkman. You know, because even though Brinkman has been around for 35 plus years, Jerry Brinkman being the original owner, the inceptor of Brinkman Home Inspections, huge shout out to him and huge thank you to him. And then Dave Taylor took it over.
Okay.
And that's who I got the company from, you know, and just trying to match, I shouldn't even say trying to, I am matching Dave's integrity, his honesty, his work ethic. So it's just proving to these realtors that, hey, I'm not a screw up. I'm in it to win it, and I'm in here to help educate your clients, not ruin their deals, you know.
Right.
Because it's not the realtor's fault, and it's not my fault that when we walk into a home, it's been neglected or unable to be maintained properly. It's, you know, it's an unfortunate thing.
I don't want to get on a rant too much, but because I know we both got
I was gonna
kids
say I gotta leave
and
soon.
I got to get going, which we will definitely do more of this. Could a home inspector or could a realtor have a handyman person on staff with them to be like, hey, go in there and fix this, if they knew if they could see that drain is leaking, could they do that before you get there?
I don't know the legality on that. It wouldn't be ethical.
It wouldn't be ethical for them to fix it. Everything that's wrong. It would just be like the homeowner. 'Cause I've heard homeowners.
Well, I mean, at that point, it kind of defeats the purpose of getting a home inspection.
No, it just they don't want nothing. If I was a realtor selling a house, I would want everything fixed before you come in with a home inspection and say, hey, this is wrong, this is wrong. No, I don't want to show nothing wrong.
Well, see, and this is probably just my opinion, but if I'm going to have somebody come in, and this is probably because I know how to do home inspections, and I know what I'm looking for in a home inspection, but if I'm going to have somebody come in and, you know, fix the things that I see, That's a good question. That is a very good question. Nobody's asked me that one before.
Why would you fix them? I mean, because if I have a home and I want to sell,
well, it's like kind of like a pre-listing inspection.
And you told me, hey, man, you need to fix this, because I know realtors did it to my mom and dad. They're like, hey, you need to do this, and this before you sell your house. We put new plants in the yard, put new mulch in the yard, just those things. What's different than fixing a leaky faucet?
Well, I mean, yeah. If seeing this thing is if you know
that knows, hey, call.
Yeah, if you know what you're looking for, and you.
I would hope a realtor would if they've been selling a house long enough.
Now, if I think they can. I just don't know any realtors that would be willing to pay for that.
It's a relationship you got to build.
You know, I actually I do know a realtor that is willing to do that for somebody. But if I'm not mistaken, he makes up that money back in his commission for the home sale, which isn't
because the
unethical.
Pays for it. The homeowner pays for it.
Which isn't unethical or anything like that.
Just finding somebody.
But yeah, because it does it helps the client out. It helps the realtor out too, because then the client realizes, hey, this realtor actually cares.
Yep.
He's not just trying to sell me a home. He's not just trying to get that check and walk out. Which actually brings me to my next, I guess, announcement.
Hey guys, I'm sorry to interrupt, but I keep hearing the word realtor. Does anybody need a realtor?
I could always use another referral partner.
So this is why we're doing this, because in the middle sitting here, are you a realtor?
I am. I just don't have my license. I just bought a car.
All right, so we're doing a YouTube with Andrew, and this is why this is so important. This is another realtor that is, and that is what this is about, is connecting people.
Home Inspections.
Home inspection, realtor.
Totally fine. Yeah, I'm gonna take a picture of that.
That is what this is about right here.
Great,
Yeah.
fantastic.
Is absolutely. So what's your name?
Amelia Carson. I'm with ERA American Suncoast Realty in Beverly Hills, Florida.
Awesome. Good to know.
Yeah, great.
My name is Houston. Okay, we're back. Sorry. That's what's so great about this. is connecting people with people. We're sitting here talking about realtors, and
A realtor just so happened to come out of the cafe we're sitting in front of, our bakery.
yep,
Sandwich shop?
out of
Cafe and deli, sorry. Gotta make sure we're correct.
That is what we want to do. We want to connect people. All right. So but Andrew, before we get off here, I know we got to get going. Last question before telling us how you can get a hold of you. What is one thing? Say I'm buying a house. Is there any red flags? I know there is in picking contractors and kitchen remodels and stuff like that. Is there any in home inspection?
To me, arrogance.
Really?
In a specific trade, i.e. electrical. I have a background in commercial and residential electric,
Okay.
but by no means does that make me an expert in electrical.
So before we head out, how can they get a hold of you?
Okay, so my phone number is 352-634-0631. You can also go to brinkmanhomeinspections.com. My pricing is on there, as well as a breakdown of what home inspection, what a 4-point, and what a wind mitigation are, and how they benefit you.
Yeah, guys. If you want to comment, like, share, please. We want to grow. Want to bring on more people like Andrew.
And huge shout out to Amelia Carson for.
Amelia. And also, I just want to put this out there. I am taking sponsorships. I'll wear your hat on the videos. We can work on that. If you're interested, comment below. And if you have any questions for Andrew, drop them below. I'll make sure I get to them. This has been fun. It's been awesome. Just being real with Houston. Till next time. See ya.